We ready.
Oh, that nigga come in singing.
Oh, y'all.
Bullshit.
What are you talking about? That's the man. That is the universal Falcon song right
Okay, if you say so.
now. What's good, y'all? What's happening, everybody? Time to come on in and have another conversation with us. A few moves have happened over the past couple of days. Including Jalen Walker being added to the IR. Just to go ahead and get that out of the way right now. I'm pretty sure everyone should know that by now. But yes, Jalen Walker to the IR, and we had to add a player. And then, of course, today some more news came out, more roster moves, and we're going to get into all that today, and also Jessie Bate injury update and possible trade prediction. Man, we got some stuff to talk about today. So y'all come on in so we can get ready to enjoy this show, enjoy the conversation as we always do. Smitty, what's going on, man? Get the chicken out your tea. What you got going, man? What's going on over there?
Man, you on that bullshit already. Uh,
I'm just
ain't that
saying,
going
man.
on, man? I'm just waking up, man. I woke up about 30 minutes ago, so I'm just still trying to get myself together because I know we had to do this show.
Oh
But
yeah, man.
ain't that going on, man? Like you said, man, get the news out the way about Jalen Walker. Um, that's gonna be a big blow, man. I think. But when you have trust in your coaching staff, you should be all right. I mean, it'll be linebacker by committee right now, and I said it before. We got on the show. And I still believe it. Um, we waiting to cap casualty cuts like that right before the season starts. See, can we
Oh yeah.
probably get a GM or two? And I think that's smart ways to go.
Possibly. It's definitely a NMU, next man up mentality as well.
Right.
I do believe that the Falcons want to give an opportunity to some of these young guys, some of these undrafted guys, to see what or if they can do what they need to. I think it's smart as well. Sit back and wait, let the things play out because these things normally play themselves out when it comes to those roster cuts and stuff. And and then we even picked up a guy as soon as the Jets, dropped him. We picked him up, so that's just something to think about as well as far as how the Falcons, viewed him. But we'll get into all of that. Again, man, shout out to the chat, man. Who in the chat today, man? Who in the chat? Ghost Peppers, what's happening? Kendrick, what's happening? How
Kendrick.
you feeling? Ryan, what it do, family? Just like he said, man, hit that like button, please, and thank you. We appreciate it. Dre Woods, what's going on?
What's good, man?
Charles, what's happening?
Your boy RJ. Shout out to
What up?
Willie, man. Willie and P at one. What's good?
Yeah, what's happening?
You got some good news on your boy, man. RJ ATL, the plug. He just sent via Will McFadden on Twitter. Falcon defensive lineman Zach Harrison has been cleared to return to practice. He began camp on the active NFL list, NFL5, I'm sorry, and will now switch to active. And he's slated to start the next practice tomorrow at Lanier High School.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Zach
Yeah,
Harrison, my guy right there. Got a lot of faith in him, like I do Dorless. But
facts.
yeah, man. That's excellent news because I was going to bring him up and the fact that how he hasn't been around, and they
Ron
were
K,
what happened,
what's
Ron?
good?
And they were talking about how he's been a scratch and been on that NFI, but now he's going to be active. That's a great sign. Going to bolster that defense even more. So he needs to get out there anyway. Contract year for him, so he needs to get out there and make sure that he's able to contribute to the staff.
Yeah.
That the fam.
STF, I appreciate you, my guy. So thank y'all
Appreciate
for the hard work and great content all the way from LA. Really appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Without you, man, you know us. Ron K said, watch Zach ball out.
it,
Can't
man.
wait. Can't wait.
He was on that right trajectory last year, and then
Yeah.
but he's
Rushed
gonna
him
bounce
back.
back. He's gonna bounce back, man. Football players, they're able to bounce back for the most part, but I will say, not all football players are able to bounce back, Smitty. Not all of
Agreed.
them.
Because
And
one that we thought was gonna bounce back. And it seemed like I was right all along, and I'm not bragging. But
I
some things, you just see through a certain lens when you get a certain age. Uh, hadn't played football in 2 years, man. And it's sad because he was, to me, he was headed towards the right direction. And that's Mr. Troy Andersen, man. He been released today by the Atlanta Falcons. And I
Mhm.
told y'all about a month ago, a month or so ago, and I really been saying longer than that. He had one foot on the practice field and the other in retirement. And I'm telling you, that knee injury, it was more serious than we thought. Because if you are out for 2 years, basically, and I'm not going to speak on another player, but when they pretty much hand you back to the Falcons, roll your contract over, you on your last leg, to be honest. Because if he wasn't, he would have took the release, went off and tried to get to another team, but that didn't happen. But prayers up to him. No lie. And again, I said this from the jump, and it's no hate towards him or anybody. I always felt he was a project player, and what I mean by that, he's a former quarterback, running back. So when he was drafted in the second round, they were going off potential. He was still trying to develop into being a linebacker. Now, don't get me wrong. He was an athletic freak of nature. He could get
Mhm.
out to the quarterback. He could tackle real good. He was a true athlete. But when you're trying to convert from one position to another at the next level, that's going to always be hard because he only played linebacker, I think, one season at Montana. I think that was he's from Montana. So prayers up to him, man. I just pray that he gets healthy before anything. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. And the crazy thing about it, his rookie season, he's pretty decent. The third season, right before he got hurt, that last season, he won Player of the Week against the Saints, and you saw the potential in that game. But after that game, we never saw him again. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised about this at all. I mean, I told you I wouldn't even have brought him back, even when some up if the NFL handed him back. I probably just wouldn't have done it just because I was seeing the writing on the wall as well.
right,
I figured, he missing the whole entire season, and then he still. What really did it for me was, I think, right at the end of OTAs, how he wasn't able to get on the field at all for OTAs, and I remember saying, I was like,
red flag. Yeah,
I don't think he'll even be there for training camp. So the fact that he's not there for training camp, he's not able to get out there. He's seeking outside help. All that stuff is just the writing has been on the wall about Troy Anderson, and again athletic marvel. As Smitty was talking about all the different positions that he playing, but he just could not stay healthy over the last 3 seasons. Was limited to just 9 total games. At first, he had the pectoral thing, and that was 2023, and then the severe knee in 2024.
and he had a shoulder injury as well at some
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
a
yeah.
shoulder strain
That
or a
was
sprain or
part of
something like
the
that.
pectoral too. That was part of
Right,
the pectoral too. But he had a
right.
severe knee injury in 24, missed the entirety of the 25 season. Physically unable to perform, and it's just continuously over and over again, just the same thing. Your best ability is your availability, and guys, this man was just not available. Now, I will say, for people like, why do we even bring him back? Well, this is why. Look at these measurables. He was 6'3" and a half, nearly 6'4", 243 pounds. So the 40-yard dash, that 4.4 speed, what I'm saying, for his position, elite. The
Yeah.
10-yard split, elite. You see the vertical jump, 36 inches for him. Broad jump was definitely elite. That was impressive as well because he didn't look like he was going to get that. And I remember seeing that. But so, yeah, so the 10-8 and then the short shuttle, all elite. Hold on, bring that.
And he just did. He took himself out of the picture. He'll be right back though. DBG, what's up, my guy?
Yeah, all this.
You took yourself out of the picture, didn't you?
I'm trying to figure out what happened to the pitcher. Oh, I got it. I got it. But anyway, yeah, I was just trying to show everybody exactly the three cone and the short shuttle too. That I'm saying
Oh
he
yeah,
had
I was elite.
vegetables. So I understand why the Falcons wanted to try to see if they can take one last shot on him, but ultimately sometimes you just got to cut your losses while you're at it. And Troy just could not stay healthy, y'all. Freak of an athlete. Hope that he makes it, so well on whatever his future endeavor is, surely. And
What did
truly,
say you did that Thanos snap when you popped off the screen? Yeah.
okay, it didn't
Oh
work.
boy.
It Didn't
But
work.
if y'all want to see his athleticism, just go look at that New York Jets game when he had that pick six. That would just tell you all you need to know.
Shoot, yeah, one
Boy,
for the Aints game. And man, Troy Anderson really that one game to where our offense could do nothing. Oh my God, that was a terrible
that was the
game.
Jets game. Yeah, they couldn't
But
do nothing.
no, I was talking about the Aints game when we couldn't do
Oh
nothing.
yeah,
Troy,
yeah, 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 yeah.
that was the Troy Anderson game because remember he
Right,
all pretty much won the game by himself.
pretty
It was
much.
so, and we was and remember I remember us doing the show. We got on here and we bigged up Troy Anderson and everything that he was doing. We just wanted to see the consistency of it and saying, hey, could he possibly turn the corner? And then next thing you know, that knee. I
But you did
remember.
also say, um, but at the same time, he went down with an injury, and we don't know if he's going to come back. And
Right.
whew,
And he didn't. 2 years later, you know what I'm saying?
didn't they never
We
they never
had to cut
recover? Crazy.
the losses. So
Yeah. Vincent said, keep Jesse Bates and let him be a Falcon until he retires. It would be a major mistake to trade him. Troy Anderson needs to stay and finish his career as a Falcon. Give credit when credit is due. Hey, we always give credit when credit is due.
oh
There's
yeah.
no knock to Troy, but I said it beforehand. I just didn't see him coming back because, and somebody said in the chat, and I had been in the chat, and I said it a while back. Falcon were doing the right thing, just trying to give him all his money on his contract, and then they'll let him decide what to do after that. And he hasn't retired officially, but honestly, I don't see him coming back. I don't
Vince,
because I mean we don't know the severity of the knee injury, and I think it was more severe than they were putting on. Because if it wasn't, he would have came back probably at the end of last year. So I mean, we don't know. It just
Vince,
happens sometimes.
I
Go
got
ahead.
nothing but love for you, family. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Troy Anderson does not need to finish his career as a Falcon. Matter of fact, guess what? He probably did.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, he probably just did.
and
Finish his
honestly,
Falcon.
he's an intelligent guy. He's played quarterback. He's plays running back, so he can see every side of the field from offense to defense. He would probably be a hell of a coach.
He might go into that. I mean, just being able to play all those different positions, that wouldn't be a bad idea for Troy, honestly. But again, it just did the knee just wouldn't hold up. All the athleticism and everything was there. I understand why we took him. Even though there was other guys that I probably would have went with instead, just because they've been playing that position their whole life.
Yep.
But regardless, we went with Troy Anderson, as Smitty was saying, a project player, and we tried to make the project work almost, but
It
of
almost
course,
happened.
it
Yeah.
just didn't work out.
And
And
see,
my
you
thing
got to
is,
think too.
we don't get nothing for
Go ahead.
almost.
Right.
You don't
Absolutely.
for
And one thing to me that took a toll on him, and I'm gonna stick to this. All the hits he took as a quarterback and a running back, before he got to be a linebacker, you were getting hit before you start hitting people. So that probably took a toll on his body before anything. Because think about it, when you are playing quarterback or running back, you cutting on your knees every
mm,
single play. So his body was probably worn down before he even moved to the linebacker position.
you
Just
just
being
never
real with y'all,
you
just
just
never
never
know.
know those
Yeah,
the
right.
underlying tissues and ligaments and everything. Eh, I mean, having a conversation with a buddy of mine who's in the medical field, I just, was talking about him. We was talking about Jalen Walker, and he just said, just on those non-contact injuries, these athletes, put a lot into their body, or some of them don't put enough into their body, and then those ligaments and joints and tendons, all those things, sometimes they just get tired of whatever you was doing or not doing, and just pops. I'm just like,
Yeah,
that's crazy,
a
man.
recovery sometimes can be a you know what. Miss
Yeah.
Charlene, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you as always.
Hey,
That's one of
hey,
my day ones.
chilling.
Miss Charlene been around since I had like 40 subscribers.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a day one right there.
Like, ooh,
DBG says Smitty been saying about the Jesse Bates trade. Got to remember too though, Lindstrom is up for a new extension. Been saying that as well. Me and Chris.
yep. You gotta think about this too, man. These deals, we've talked about this too. These deals are different now. The most important thing, these deals are getting shorter, but the guaranteed money is getting larger. We already
Agreed.
see, like what the writing on the wall was going to be really about 2 seasons ago, but think about when Grady left and Dahlman left, and then the guaranteed money. We was like, oh yeah, we wasn't gonna sign them for that.
Yeah.
We wasn't gonna do
And
that,
Dom is
especially
retired now.
crazy, right? And
Right.
everything. So Grady's, still up there doing his thing. But and shout out to Grady, man. You can't make me hate that guy either. But
I think he'll be back at some capacity. I think he,
you never know.
if I'm being honest here, he could probably come back and finish his career here, and take a vet minimum. Who knows?
That'll be interesting by the time that guaranteed money is up. I mean, you think about it. Oh, but my point was about the guaranteed money and stuff. Guys, contracts are starting to not have guaranteed money. So they're going to want a new contract, especially with guaranteed money. Because if you're playing on a season, think about it. How it always used to be. You would go in, no guaranteed money. Something happened to you. Damn.
That's it. They can cut you and not pay you another dime.
So
And the crazy thing about it, Lindstrom is like that right now. Bates is like that right now. So
yeah,
there's two of your star players like that right now. And just like somebody said in the chat right a few minutes ago, I think Lindstrom more vital than Bates is, and I it's no pick, but you got to have that offensive lineman to keep your offensive line intact. So I agree. You pay Lindstrom before you pay Bates. And this is why the trade prediction with San Francisco came up. And this
yeah.
was no knock because Charles said I've been watching YouTube ex NFL players. They tore up. Yeah, yeah, they
A
are.
lot of them are, bro. A lot of them are. You think about how many hips are. I mean, just even Shannon Sharp. That's somebody that I think of when I just think about a former NFL player, but it seems like he's still, what I'm saying, upright and going. Chad Ochocinco, him as well too. But you think
Terrell
about,
Davis.
yeah,
Terrell Davis suffered that knee injury. He was never the same, but you can see
yeah.
him still moving around, still doing good. But you just
See,
can't play physical sports anymore.
but see the thing about it with Shannon don't had a couple of hip surgeries and
Right.
everything, so it's like you really don't get out of there unscathed at all. So the every league and every sport demands its respect, and it's
Yeah.
always going to take it one way or another.
Facts. Let's get it. What's up, my guy? Y'all go to Let's Get It GA over on YouTube, man. He finna start that Madden and that NBA 2K27 up. So if y'all want to go head to head and y'all want a good battle, man, y'all go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Hype his channel up. Help him get to 1,500 subscribers, man. He's still doing his thing, and he's actually growing.
Yes,
So
sir.
shout out to him, man. Shaka, what's up, my guy?
What's happening, Shaka?
Been a minute. Willie said, A1 and Smitty, why not get a player for Jesse Bates instead of a third rounder? That's a good question. It really depends on who you trade him to, and if they're
Yeah,
willing to give up a player.
that's
A
what it.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of people. And then the thing about it, and they said third round. That's only because of San Francisco. If he goes to a contender, say like a KC or a team that drafts in the bottom of the first, they could probably put it off and get a first round pick for him because you're getting an all pro caliber player in return. So yeah, that's just something to think about. But I think a third round is fair depending on what team it is and where they're drafting. But yeah. But and the only part that I didn't like about the trade was they said you got to go up a sixth round or two. But I
Yeah.
guess that's insurance just in case he don't come back. So I get it.
Uh, this is where how we
Go ahead.
even get on Jesse Bates as well, because
Okay,
Kevin
go ahead.
Stefanski. Because thing about it is Jesse had missed a couple practices, right? That's
Agreed.
how we even got here. And then Kevin Stefanski came out and said that Jesse Bates has been dealing with a minor back injury, right? And now I know me and Smitty, we kind of were going back and forth about this a little bit this morning on just how true that actually could be, or could there be something else on the horizon when it comes to
Yeah.
dealing with Jesse Bates? Quick thing, Smitty, before you go, I do want to add about the minor back thing. I do want to add this here. Think about it. It is like a kind of like a classic move. Think about it. I got a minor tweak. What I'm saying? That could be like a hold in tactic because it's going to protect your health while still sending like a subtle nudge to the management, especially if
Right.
things are going around them. Jesse Bates has no guaranteed money on his contract. He said he wants to be a Falcon for life.
We'll
he has
see.
things going
We'll
on
see.
here. He has things going on in the city. You know what I'm saying? His family is here now. So it's a few different things that's going on, and of course, all his peers around him, even though it's their first contracts, and he's been paid before. You know what I'm saying? He's still seeing other guys around him, his peers getting paid, and he's saying, "Hey, I'm up for an extension too." You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and he's been one of the best safeties in the league. You can't say that he has not. But last thing about the back, it can be a minor tweak because you can't really dictate what's going on in a back injury. You can have all these different tests and MRIs and all that stuff to kind of, even the CAT scan for your head. But when it comes to your back, you really can't fully pinpoint it. So you can say, hey, man, look, a little soreness in the back, man, whoop, whoop. Now, of course, I would never claim that Jessie is necessarily doing that. I'm just giving a different perspective on the back injuries and how those are classic moves, especially when money's involved. It just
Right.
the timeline. It's not coming from me. It's just crazy
It's
how we
just there.
about all
It's
this.
just there.
It's there
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah.
It's there.
And sometimes, like I said on my video I did earlier today, y'all can go check that out on the channel. Something just common sense. You look at the skill position players that they spent money on, and me and Chris talked about that on the last line. Actually, $260 million on those three players, and then you turn around and pay Bergeron, who's on the last year of his deal. But the difference with Bergeron, he's a lot younger, and
Yeah.
he's a vital part to this offensive line, and that's what they looking at the offense as being their bread and butter, which I don't agree with
Yeah,
because
me.
I feel like you have enough talent on defense to build on that side of the ball and make that your identity, which I think would carry the team. And you just worry about the offense putting up points. But they got a different way of thinking. I get it. But what made me think about it, as I looked at it, besides them not getting paid, well, him not getting paid and those guys getting paid before him, um, I took a look at the highest paid safeties in the league.
Oh yes.
And I'm looking at it, and it's right here on the screen. We know Derwin James just got paid to be the highest paid safety again.
Again.
It went from 20 he went from 21 million up to 25 million, so he got a $4 million pay raise. Kyle Hamilton, you can't knock it. To
Yeah.
me, best safety in the NFL, point blank, period. 6'5", 240 pounds, moves like a cheetah. Great vision on the field, can tackle. I mean, he can do anything on the field. Kirby Joseph,
In the box as well.
Kirby Joseph, a day 3 pick. I think he was a 4th or 5th round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he led the league in interception a couple of years ago. Damn near had double digit. He did have double digit interceptions. So I think Antoine Winfield and Butter Baker, he's going to be in that range, if you ask me. So I'm looking at anywhere from 18 to $20 million. Now, if he wants to be a tackle for life, he will find a way to work it out. And you see where he's at. He's the 8th highest paid safety in the league. 8th.
Bro.
But when you look at productivity, he's a modern consistency is what you're looking for. He's exactly what you're looking for. So
And
when you
I'm
look
not
at
gonna
these
lie,
numbers,
Smitty. He
go
deserves
ahead.
to get paid. He deserves to get paid more than the three guys that's in front of him.
Agreed. Agreed. Let me see.
Man.
McKinney, I agree. Morig, I agree.
Hmm.
Butter Baker, I agree.
Yeah,
Antoine Winfield, I even agree with that one.
I do too. I do.
Because to me, Antoine Winfield, his to me, he can play zone pretty good, but his cover skills are not that good. He can play well in the box, but he gets taken on by a lot of blocks and get taken out of a lot of plays because of his size. So I can agree with that one.
He fights.
Kirby Joseph, like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Antoine fights a lot, but I feel
Right.
like Buddha at one point in time was the best safety in the league to me.
Agreed.
And then
Agreed.
the injuries start piling up, and Morin he's cool too. McKinley's cool, but I know that Jesse Bates is a better player than all those guys.
Right.
I can see 19 to 20 mil, but I can even see up to 22 mil as far as action price. Even if I can see Jesse starting at maybe 22, 23 million dollars,
and work his way.
and
They
work
come
your
to
way back.
a common ground. Yeah, yeah,
Coming to a
agree.
common ground. You always you don't never start low. You always start high and just try to see where you can go at from there. Um,
Facts.
but yeah, man. So I can definitely see that because 16 and all those guys. What's happening, Zay?
What's up,
And
Zay? Go
seeing
ahead.
all these guys in front of Jesse, it does make you feel like it's a crime. It does make you feel like that.
Yeah.
But 16, not bad though. Like okay, you just said if Jesse wants to be a Falcon for life, right?
Uh,
If Jesse wants to be a Falcon for life, he may need to stay kind of near where he's at.
I would say the 18 range. That's why I started at 18. If he stays at 18, that's only a $2 million raise.
That's
That's
not bad.
fine. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Even if
And
you
don't
go
get
to
me wrong,
19, it's still not bad.
still not bad. But think about it. We looking at this long term. Like we talked about the contracts the other day. When will they start paying him? Next year. So this contract starts next year if they sign him to a long term deal, and it's going to dig into next year's salary cap. But guess what?
Hmm.
Bijan, his salary still don't start for 2 more years. So you still got 2 years to make way. And somebody, as they said it right here in the chat, he said if Watts picks up where he left off from last season, he's gonna break the bank too.
Darn
And
right.
that's about what 2 years away. Yeah, 2 years away. So
And it's close. Yeah, that was remember, he wasn't a first rounder. He's just
yeah,
playing like he is.
yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna be up in a minute too. Think about this. Dorless is gonna be up. And this is why me and Smitty was saying, yeah, we love our offense, okay? But again, we both have agreed that the defense, you got some players on defense, like and we gotta stop assuming that guys are just gonna become a dime a dozen. I know there are talented players that's coming up and coming out. But just think about it. What are you going to look like when some of these other deals are coming up? Again, Zach Harrison is coming up. Dorless will be coming up shortly. Shoot, JPJ in a couple seasons is going to be coming up. What are you going to? I know it's early, but what are you going to do with Jalen Walker when he comes back and if he's productive? So it's just a lot of guys on defense. I mean, that we can already talk about. Eventually
And
AJ
and and,
around
and the caveat to the whole thing, Chris, we still haven't paid a high price quarterback yet.
at
That's
all.
that's the kicker. We talking about all these positions. Still haven't had to pay a quarterback yet. And when the quarterback has to get paid, every bit of $50 million at the least.
Yeah, unless you got some kind of journeyman or somebody or if there's any kind of way that Michael Penix can show or Tua Tagovailoa can show, you may be able to get both of those guys for cheaper deals just because of injury history. But outside of that, man, yeah, if you're talking about one of these high echelon quarterbacks, you always gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
You
Uh
really need
Master
somebody
Blaster
like Sam Darnold
said
before he
yeah,
got hurt.
agreed. 19 million for Bates. He has been the best free agent pickup since Abraham. Actually, John Abraham was traded for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was.
wasn't he was traded for from the Jets. It was a three-way trade between the Jets and the Broncos and the Falcons.
Mhm.
Um, so I would say to counter that, I would say he's been the best free agent since I would say Michael Turner. So yeah, I would have to say Michael Turner.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, just because of the production leader in the locker room, you always hear Jesse's name. Yeah, still need a consistent number two cornerback beside AJ. Hopefully, it's AV. Hopefully,
Yeah,
AV will be next to AJ, and we'll be able to work that out. And it actually works. You know.
yeah.
I like that. Alex
Alex
Mack.
Max, he
Yeah,
definitely in that conversation.
yeah. Alex Mack is up there for sure. You got to mention Alex Mack. Think
I'm
about
glad you did that because I got to make another free agent list because I could put him on the last one because
yeah,
I actually made that one while he was still playing.
yeah. Hey,
Um,
I like it. I love when we hear guy Alex Mack. Think about how he anchored that
Super
offensive line.
Bowl with broken leg. Well, you come on now.
Come on now, yeah, bro. If
If not going to be dealt, and we don't make the playoff, the Falcons going to get rid of both of them and go with a veteran. I can see it. I've
hey,
been saying that. Yeah, Joel, I've been saying that, and I still honestly, they not tied to either one of those quarterbacks. So I
mm,
think they that's what they try to save up money now. So when they do have to trade for a quarterback or sign one, they'll have the money.
and make sure y'all keep your eyes peeled for how the season goes, this year, especially if Jesse goes into the season with no new contract. Trade deadline could be looming. You never know. It could pick up some draft capital. Could send him somewhere to as a Super Bowl caliber. You own it. I'm not saying I want to do it. Y'all calm down. All I'm saying is, we have seen this story before.
before. Yep,
So
absolutely.
that's all. That's it. That's
Kibu
all.
said, which injury hurt the Falcons the most in franchise history? Ooh, that's a deep question.
In franchise history, John
Yeah, in
Abrams
franchise.
in that 2012 NFC Championship game because we would have had somebody to been able to chase after Colin Kaepernick and possibly
Right.
set the edge and chase him back into the rest of the teeth of the defense, and we probably been able to go to the Super Bowl, but we would have stomped the Ravens.
Um, if I had to say one, I would say Desmond Trufant in the Super Bowl. He missed the back part of the schedule, and
Yep,
I think he would have helped the defense a little bit more. And I can go back a little farther than that.
more than
I
Jalen
said,
Collins. Just saying.
we're not gonna talk about that, but
All right, no problem.
but I can go back a little farther than that, man. I would have to say Jamal Anderson when he blew his knee out on Monday Night Football, the season after we made the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That injury, he was never the same after that. I don't think I think he played probably one or two more games, and he even tried out for the Patriots, but he couldn't do it, man. His knee injury. That's what I'm saying. Knee injuries are unpredictable. Sometimes you can tear them just enough to get back, and sometimes you can tear them bad enough just to say, "Hey, I can't do it no more." So they tricky.
Yeah, that's darn so true, man.
Um, Love the show. Do you think we could trade Jesse Bates for a right tackle? Just asking. Honestly, I don't think so. But I think
Yeah.
they're gonna stand in. I saw Birdo and Kev talking about this last night. Uh, I think they could be okay at tackle because I'm trusting Bill Callahan more than anybody. I
Yeah.
think he was the biggest pickup this offseason for the Falcons. A lot of y'all talk about players. We need this and we need that. But if you have the right coaching your players in their position, I don't worry about nothing. And like I tell y'all, and Chris will tell y'all, I'm high on Riley Mama anyway. He's 6. I saw him at camp. He looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there compared to the people around him. He's just that big. He's
For real.
about damn near 6'8". He's about 315, 320. And if he's bred with Wisconsin linemen, and we know they're bred to play in the NFL.
Yep.
Just not Peter Cons, but that's another story.
Now that's something we're not gonna talk about, Smitty. Um, yeah, and then remember him and Jack Nelson, I believe, know each other as well too. I mean Malman, or is that? Oh, is that Malman? I think that's Malman. Yeah, but yeah, so you have that going on as well too. Those guys familiar, they're gonna be battling. Michael Jarrell's gonna be out there. You- I really am not high on Michael Jarrell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we traded for him. I know that was kind of like one of the last few things that Terry Fontenot did. I get it.
He's a
Not really
spot
high.
starter, nothing more,
Yeah,
nothing less.
yeah, man. Yeah, I just got to keep it real there, man. Spot starters, swing tackles, swing guards, all that good stuff. So need to start working on getting some more solidified bosses on that line for sure.
And
Bergeron,
yeah,
Lindstrom,
yeah.
Jake is
But you got
still
you got to
one.
have your cornerstones. You got to have your
Yeah,
cornerstones. So
got to, got to. So
yeah,
I said, Diablo gonna want his
they'll get a break with Diablo because he wasn't the first round pick. He was day 3 pick. So they might catch a break with that one. I'm thinking 12 million, 12 to 14, somewhere in that
the
range.
only way that they don't, I believe, is if he goes all pro. If he gets an all pro, you're
Yeah,
done.
that's it.
It's at least 60.
Or they feel like either one of those Ricky can take over.
See, but I don't know if it. See, I don't know, bro. I don't be high on that like that, bro. Like
I
it's
don't
like
either, but I'm just saying that may be the way they're thinking. Because think
I,
about it, they drafted 2 of them, and they also brought in Christian Harris.
right. I agree with all that, and I still don't know if the guys are going to be ready to take over for Divine after one season, Especially, well, Divine must just gonna have
Well,
to have
the reason why I can't say that, Deion Jones started as a rookie on the
some.
Super Bowl team.
I
Harold
get,
Perkins has those same traits that Deion Jones has. He's a
I
little bit
get
undersized, but when you talk about speed, athleticism, instinct, he has it all. So and I get it, and I'm like you. I don't put my money into first and second year players as
it.
starters, but sometimes when that money funny, you got to make that sacrifice. And who to say they could get Christian Harris back on a cheaper deal and say, hey, we can let Divine walk. We trust Christian Harris and one of these other second year players. So I mean,
Right.
it's gonna be interesting to see because you seen it just like I seen it at training camp. Kendall Daniels, he's not a small dude.
Nah, he's
So
not. He's not. Kendall Daniel, I ain't gonna lie. Both of them are, I believe, are gonna, pan out. At least early on, that's what it seems like. But I'm just saying, bro, Divine Diablo, and I'm not just saying this just to say it, and I'm not saying this because I just want to pay, just want to kick out money, kick out money. But I just see the impact on when Divine was not there compared to when he is there. And think about it. This will be his second year as well into this defense. I'm very interested to see exactly what Divine can do now with the green dot. Now he's going to be a communicator. He still has those safety instincts, but he's
right,
also a linebacker. Divine can cover and he can play the run right now. I just don't, man. That's going to be, you know
yeah,
what? If it
it
does
did
happen,
make a difference that he had a veteran next to him. So that's a great point.
yeah, you did have
Caden
Caden Ellis
Ellis,
next to
yeah,
you, but I mean, you're gonna have Christian Harris, and you also gonna have these two rookies out, what I'm saying, as well. Somebody, what I'm saying, between all those guys, and I hate that we lost Jalen Walker because that was gonna be a part of, replacing the Caden Ellis thing too. But
right.
regardless, bro, it's still next man up. You have guys that want to go out there and get opportunities. It's going to be a few bump in the roads because we're going up against better competition. This ain't collegiate no more. This is the real deal. So I just believe that Devon Diablo is going to be very, if he can stay healthy, he will be very influential into this defense for sure. And I think
Yeah.
you're going to have to, keep him around. I do think you're going to have to keep him around.
Ron said we got talent all over the place. We can't keep everybody, but Jesse is an anchor for the defense. For these defensive backs, that we need to keep him. But it's up to is what the money going to garner. If they can find the money to pay him, they gonna try their best to keep him. But if that money
Not
funny,
ready for. I'm not ready for for X Man to take over just yet. I'm
no,
not
no,
ready.
no, 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 no. We still got a while for that. At least one more season.
That's what I'm saying. At least one more season. Year three, if you
Um,
want to give him the reins, I've said that before. Year three, okay. We can, year three for a lot of guys, it's like it's kind of hard to, pull up your britches and, get out there and get after it. So
facts.
I would not be mad after this season. That's another reason why I just said what I said. Hey, if he goes into the season, no contract, depending on what the Falcons are looking like around the trade deadline, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Razor Boy said I'd say if they see up old brick leaving next year and he takes Ollie with him, maybe they trade Jesse, but
They
he
can't
won't
let
be on the
that happen.
team no way because this is last year.
They
However,
can't
the
let that
cap made yeah, however the cap got in brought over has worked wonders for the contracts, and that's the thing. A lot of things what Tyrion was doing, they were uh, front loading all the contracts, and when you do that, you run out of money fast. What he's doing, he's pushing extension down the road, so they'll have an immediate impact with that little gray area that they can work with salaries. So that's the key thing, and not paying all the money up front.
Yeah, man, again, I don't. They can't let that happen. If Ulbrich goes and becomes another coach, okay, so be it. You better make sure that you can keep Nate Ollie on this staff, even if you have to promote him to defensive coordinator if that's what he wants to do.
Right.
Now, I think he would be a good defensive coordinator. I think he's been on the defensive line for a while. Sometimes it's time to upgrade your life. And I feel like, he'll be a great addition. But again, that's if he wants to. Because we said the
Facts.
same thing about Jerry Gray, but Jerry Gray was never a head coach, still isn't right now. So it's just like, if that's what you want to do.
Where did he go?
I think he's out there with Raheem.
Could be.
think he's
I
out
could
there.
see that.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
out there with him.
No, I'm not going to Saturday Night Lights. I heard it was crazy last year. The parking was terrible. These old ass legs walking, it's not gonna work.
Oh man,
Ron said, "How much cap space do we have now?" I think you told me
R-
what? How much?
roughly it's around like 36.
Okay, so they got some cap to make a move, but again, as I told Chris and we talked about this the other day, they're gonna try to leave as much cap space as they can from this year to lean over to next year to roll over. And I'm telling y'all, a quarterback move is coming. Matt Ryan, a former quarterback in this league, an MVP. He knows what it takes to win. So I'm keeping my money on that. But if they have to make a move at the trade deadline, if they're still at 500 at trade deadline and feel like they can make a move to make this team just a little bit better, trust me, it's going to happen. But I see them, I see that money rolling. I see it rolling over.
That's what I said too, bro. I feel like it's gonna roll over into next season. And the thing about it is, it may not even be a quarterback. And I'm not saying that, said our quarterbacks are or are not going to be able to be successful. I'm just saying you may want to have that rollover because you don't know who may become available and who you may be able to kick some money to and add to the team regardless. And it may not even be a quarterback position. It may be something on the defense. It may
Yeah.
be something on the offensive line. Think about that. Getting another left tackle, somebody maybe wanting to trade out, or somebody maybe cost too much, whatever the case may be, free agency, all that. Imagine adding another lineman instead of having to go into the draft for one. So it's
Yeah.
just all the
One name,
options be on the
right?
table.
One name I'm looking for at trade deadline or next year in free agency, if he reaches free agency, Kayvon Thibodeau. That's one name to keep an eye on. And that's just me. And I know they won't have to pay him top notch money. His salary is 14.7 this year on his 5th year option. But next year it won't probably be a little bit more than that, probably about 18 to 20 range. And
Man,
that's good depending on, edge rushers is 25 to 30 now. So that's pretty good money.
I don't know why. What is it, bro? I don't know what it is and why I'm not sold on Thibodeau. I have never been sold on
But you
Kayvon.
go back to that second season, he showed promise. But sometimes it's just coaching, bro. And sometimes the
So did
coaches can't
Arnold
get the.
Abracady.
I can see that. I can see that. But
Arnold Abracady.
he's faster. He got a bigger twitch than Arthur Ebiketie. He's just faster. And I think he's not stronger because Ebiketie pretty strong. But another name that I'm gonna throw out there, and y'all might say I'm crazy, but for some reason I see this label going around on Marvin Harris Jr. calling him a bust already, and they showing
Oh,
videos,
here we go.
showing 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 videos of him dropping the ball. I mean, if you can get him for a third or
Are you
fourth round
saying he
pick,
doing it on purpose? Are you saying he doing it on purpose?
I'm not gonna put
Stop,
that news out
stop,
there
speak
like
up,
that.
spit it, speak up. I can't hear
But I'm just saying that's one name to look out for next year, at the new league year as far as trade because for some reason
you.
them coaches keep failing him. If it's not the coaches, it's the front office. We'll see what happens this year. But we saw at Ohio State how great he could be with the right system and the right quarterback. That would be a name that I would look out for next year. If not the Falcons, he'll end up somewhere. But trust me, that's just a name to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, first off, I hope y'all having a good evening.
Oh
Second,
yeah,
I
back.
didn't know Jesse Bates had an injury. I just got a Jesse Bates jersey last year. God damn it, man.
Oh no.
It happens.
it,
It happens.
a little back tweak. It could be It could be a back tweak. It could be a classic strategic move to protect your health and kind of like give a little nudge to the organization to say, "Hey, I see all my peers getting paid. What
Right.
about you, boy?" Or what I'm saying, it could be just all lies. But I don't think it's that one. The reason why I don't think it's that one is because this regime is doing things totally different from previous regimes. They've been pretty straightforward, and even though they're not obligated to let us know about injuries, they still been talking about them. They still been kind of like, "Hey man, this guy's dealing with this guy's dealing with that," all that different things like that. So it's just
Right.
like we've been lied to so many times, or we've been having the cover pull over us and letting I'm saying the BS walk by for so long that some of us can possibly look at the new regime and be like, "You probably lying too." but it's I don't think it's the case. I really in my heart don't feel like it's the case. I think we have a good GM so far. I think what I'm saying, the coaching staff is guys who actually coach the positions that they supposed to coach. You got experience on top of experience on top of experience. We just
Yeah.
have to make sure that the coaches are laying out the right game plans, players are executing because players are the ones who play on the field ultimately.
Yeah, and Jesse's 29. He'll be 30 later this year, or beginning of next year. But a couple of months he'll be 30. So you just got to be safe.
Yeah, man.
Jack Strand, he has been playing good. Me and Chris seen him the other day.
Yeah.
He was making some incredible throws, but he just got to work on anticipating throws. That's all. He works on that. He'll be fine.
Which I'm not
Uh,
surprised that he's a little work.
right.
I'm not surprised at that. Van Noy.
Yeah, I did a video on that right quick, a short. And shout out to who was that dropped that I dropped that video for. It was one of my followers, Trish Daddy. Trish Daddy asked me to do that video, man. He asked me about it. So I did a 20-second short on it. Kyle Van Noy, the crazy thing about it, he had a rough start to his career, but the older he got, the better he got. And sometimes it just takes that.
Uh,
He's played in the 3-4 in Baltimore and New England. So he comes here, he'll fit right in. He's
yep.
about 35 now. And I still think he got about 2 to 3 more years in him. If they can get him for a right price, I would definitely think about it. Definitely think about it.
But think about it. Just like you're saying, you're going to have to make sure that price is right for both parties because Van Noy ain't just for to get off the couch for nothing.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he can drop the safety. He played safety at college at
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
And
So
honestly, we feel like me and Smitty when he first drafted him, we talked about it. We feel like that's ultimately where he may end up
yeah,
next to X Man. We had to have X Man and Wild Bill back there. So we'll see what happens, but I wouldn't be mad at that if those two are back there tearing it up, tearing the league up, and you don't want to throw back there because both of those guys can go take the ball away.
yeah. So one thing about it, if they make a deal for Jesse Bates, they got it covered. Because y'all got to remember they traded for Sidney Brown as well. And if you look at what he did in camp when we were there, he was playing mostly in the nickel.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
and he was
man,
playing
darn
pretty. Yeah, him and Darnay Home, they were playing pretty good, man. And you saw it. You saw the ability there. So Sidney Brown is one of those Swiss Army knives. You can put him in the back, on the back of the defense. You can put him up in the box, or you can make him get out to the quarterback. So I mean, he can do it all, and that's a good thing.
yep, that big nickel. He really is a physical guy too. Get in the run game. Said Jordan.
Uh, Go ahead.
He said, yeah, I said y'all think that they would wait until the trade deadline to make a trade since the Falcons have the bye week in week 10. And yeah, that's why I was saying before, Joe.
Absolutely.
Like, it depending on how the Falcons' record looking, depending on how the rest of the league is looking, they could possibly either deal him because we're not going anywhere and they want to give Jessie an opportunity to play with a contender that's possibly going somewhere, or if they just want to get the draft capital. Ian likes draft capital. You could
Right.
do that, or you could possibly just wait it out. And if he leaves at the end of the year, you can get a compository pick if you want to go that route too.
Compensatory. Yeah.
Compensatory, yeah. Well, I don't know what the heck I just said then. If I ain't
What's
say,
that compository? Well, you
dang,
you
what the heck?
stop. You stopped up.
Nah, definitely not. Oh God, that's why I was
Oh
saying. Wait a
boy.
minute, what did I just say? My goodness, but yeah, but
Oh
depend.
boy. Hey Ron K, I've been talking about that. If you go check out my video earlier, I did. It just seemed too obvious at this point. And like Chris said, it may not be nothing. We don't know, but it's just funny that after all these players get paid, boom,
Time,
he just stopped practicing. He was at OTAs. He started mini camp and now training camp, and boom, he stopped.
man.
Come on now, some just
See,
don't add up.
and I'm just saying, we should have knew Jesse would fit to act brand new when we came out of that mustache. So
Yeah, when,
should have
when he
known, right?
said Big John was
Something's
holding
up.
in, hell, I can do it too.
That, that man, that man said, "New do, new money." That's what that's what that man was saying. He said we got rid of
Crazy
Troy.
thing is, Corner Boy TV, that
Uh-huh.
might be JD Bertrand saving grace.
It really may be, fam.
If anything, he'll be a special teams guy.
Yeah, man. It's I know when I was there, he didn't have a bad day, but then after that, I heard JD got burnt to the house or something like that too. So it's like,
Too
he,
small, man. He too
man,
small. He he
oh
too
man,
small.
I can't go on nowhere.
Dre said, "What about Khalil Mack? I believe he has tie with GM. He absolutely does, but he just signed a new 1 year deal with the Los Angeles Chargers, so he's not going anywhere. If they trade him at the deadline, that's yet to be seen. But I expect them to be in contention for the AFC this year. So unless that falls apart, he's going to finish his career out there.
Yep, facts.
Go ahead.
Was say Antonio says, if I'm Ian, I would trade Jesse. He's on the back end of his career, and we can move Billy to safety or get more pick equate for him.
Equity, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, equity for him. But the thing about it is, I guess what tripped me up was the fact about moving Billy so soon. We still have to wait and see what Billy is like when he comes back. But that's why it's such a touchy and tricky right here, Smitty, because if Billy was healthy, like never had that injury, was able to finish the season,
yeah,
we may be having a different conversation. But now we're kind of like in the wait and see when it comes to Billy, which is another reason why you do have the Sidney Browns, the Darnay Holmes, and stuff like that, because you're still trying to figure that out. We still like I would love for Billy to go back there, but you have to see what Billy is like after his first career injury, like ever in his life type thing.
right. And
You
they
know?
they bring them back slowly because if you
Yeah.
saw he was working out a couple of weeks ago, since that you haven't seen him on the screen. So he's behind the scenes working to get better. And the thing about it, we told y'all this when Kurt came. Achilles are totally different from ACL. ACL is 9 to 12 months for recovery, but you got it. That's really a year and a half in recovery. Achilles is totally different. Achilles can be anywhere from 1 to 2 years before you get full mobility back into that thing, man. So,
Yeah.
and y'all
Yeah.
saw it with Kurt when he first started that first game against the Steelers. He wasn't moving around. He was throwing off his back foot. So
And he plays quarterback. Think about Billy, who is younger. That's the one thing that Billy has in his back pocket: youth. But on the other end of it, he has to stop and start, cut all the different things. Yep, new stash, new cash, baby. But but he has to start and stop, make all the different cuts, break on the ball, all those different things. That's different from anything that a quarterback is doing. So yeah, man, it's I want to see. I'm hoping that Billy's going to be able to come back because some guys have their first injury and don't.
yeah,
So I'm hoping that Billy's able to be good. I'm heard that Billy's looking good. It's just still bringing him along slowly. So got
yeah.
a lot of
Because
high praise for him, man.
Achilles is just like a number two pencil.
Yeah.
You twip,
Mm,
pop. That's it.
Ask Mike Soroka, who was just
Yep.
walking up the
Walking
stairs.
down the steps. Yeah.
No,
Walking up
yeah,
the steps
walking up the stairs.
and just popped.
Don't know. I'm like, what in the world?
You put too much pressure on it, it snapped like a twig.
And that was
Like
surgically
like
repaired already. They had to go back
right.
in and be re-surgically repaired. I'm like,
Yep.
goodness.
And he's out. He's out. He was hurt earlier this year with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
He had to
So
change his approach a little bit because of that surgery.
yep. So he took it. Think it took like 5 miles off his velocity because when he was here, he was damn near at 100. I think he was at 98. So now I think his fastball like 93, 94. So
Yep.
it don't sound like a lot, but in baseball, that little bit can be the difference between a strikeout and a home run.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I said, Joe. He seen Bijan do it. Hey, he got his money now. Let me do it, get mine.
Holding
But
in. Still operating and talking with the guys and helping out a little bit, riding the bike, all that stuff like that. But hey, I want to get paid too.
yeah,
At the end of the day, Jesse is a person
he's the
just like
quarterback of the
just like
defense.
anybody else,
Yeah,
and he has a family just like anybody else. He really, when you think about it, this shouldn't be brand new to us. Think about let's dial it back a little bit. Let's go to that interview to where he was talking about extensions, talking about being in Atlanta, talking about being a Falcon for life, all that stuff like that. He was already planting the seed, just saying, "Hey, look, I want an extension, y'all. I do."
Yeah, that's why he made that comment. He wanted to be a Falcon for life. Last
Yeah.
person said that. What happened? They got a contract short after.
Hey,
I
man,
mean, it didn't work out the way we wanted to, but he got a contract.
you got the contract. You got to pay, got paid, man.
Yeah, Darnay Holmes. He's one of the slot guys. He's a veteran slot corner. So
Mhm.
I mean, they have replacements. You're going to see him, and you're going to see Sidney Brown in that role. And like me and A1 said a couple of months ago, you're going to see a lot of 3 safety sets, a lot of it.
Yeah, I can see
So
it.
yeah, so KG, what's good, man?
Fam?
He said, I'm so happy they got rid of Troy Andersen. Finally, I feel they can keep Jessie for the right price as long as he's not asking for top dollar. He gonna be up there though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He's gonna be up there, but if they can keep him in the 18 to 20 range, they'll be fine. If they can
Yeah,
keep that base salary down, they'll be fine.
yeah. That's what they've been masterful and able to do when you look at these contracts. Those base salaries. I'm talking about the cap hit. You know what I'm saying? Just they've been looking really good.
Kendrick at 1.3. Is he hurt? Is he injured too? Right? He's actually
Yeah,
back at practice.
yeah, he back at
He
Pat. Yeah.
he's actually back at practice. His injury only lasted every bit of 4 days. So to
Mhm.
me, he just needed rest and probably some cortisone, something like that. But yeah, he's better.
I ain't gonna lie
And
to you though, Smitty. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The gap between him and somebody who's not even playing an 11 on 11s is very slim.
very
Very
slim. Yeah.
because UBC, because if you look at Twitter and the little bit that Falcons have been putting out, and I mean, if you just for the day that we was there at training camp, it was minimal, but you could still just see Penix, so is looking good, man. Penix is
And
still
and don't get me wrong, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, it's not the Falcons keeping him from playing, it's the doctors.
it's the doctor, of course.
It's the doctors.
As the
Yeah.
doctor should. And he's not ready yet. And I love the fact that Penix is just taking it one day at a time. And I love what he said the other day about I can't focus on being the starter. I got to focus on getting healthy. I guess
Right.
how can I be a starter if I'm not healthy? Exactly. That's the whole point of it all. So it's like, yeah, bro, I just want him to just focus on getting healthy. Keep working, but but we're not going to sit up here and act like the people who are there every day, the media that's there every day, haven't been bigging up Michael Penix. Why? Because he's
Yeah.
been performing. So
Yeah.
again, if I'm Tua, I'm gotta look over my shoulder even if I am healthy, because
Yeah.
this guy who is not even fully cleared yet is still neck and neck with me. So what does that mean when he gets fully cleared and fully healthy?
And crazy
Uh
thing is, me and Chris was joking about this the other day at training camp. He was getting that damn leg up, running up and down the field with no problem.
I'm talking about bouncing on one leg. I'm like, okay, switching the leg in the middle of it, not missing a beat. I said, Penix, you better hold, man, bro, you better chill out, bro, chill out. Now, but he was
Uh,
looking good.
yeah.
Run,
Run.
jog, little light jog, all that stuff, bro.
Yeah. Run K. He said, "Do you know if Jesse had the same age as Bijan?" No. I think AJ, Kyle Pitts, Mike Hughes, and Jesse Bates had the same agent because right before he signed, they were seeing spotted and somebody took a picture of them at a dinner and all of them had the same agent. So I don't think Bijan had the same agent as those guys. No, he doesn't. Cause Miss Nicole, what's her last name? The super female agent. That's his agent. It's-
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
name? I can't think of her last name. Well, her first name is
Can't think of
Nicole.
her last name either.
She's the female
Yeah,
super agent of today's times, and boy, she be putting in work.
facts. 1 second, let me see if I can.
Yeah, you can just go on Twitter and see when he look up under when he signed her name right there. But she doing her thing, man. She one of the best female agents there is out there. Stay up, Doug. What's up, my guy? K Vince, what you laughing at, man? Charles said, when I tore my Achilles, I stopped open run. See, it's not easy as y'all think. That's a serious injury, man. Some people never come back from it. And thank God it happened when he was young. When he was older, 33, 34. That could be career ending. I'm mad I missed the one. I'm excited to see them in person tomorrow. Yeah,
Nicole
me,
Lynn.
Nicole
Nicole
Lynn.
Lynn.
Yeah, she a bad girl, and her name
Mm.
started coming up a couple years ago. But she a bad girl, man. I think that's Steph Curry agent too, if I'm not mistaken. One of those NBA players that got a big contract a couple years ago. She facilitated it.
And you know, she's the president of football for Clutch Sports too.
Right.
So
So
shout out.
yeah. So I mean, yes, she got some bad clients. Thoughts on Brent so far? He been showing out. Possibly wide receiver too. Yeah. He done damn near locked that position down. But to be honest, it really don't matter because it's gonna become a pattern. They're not gonna go by ones and twos. They're gonna go by targets. And I
Yep.
think Drake is one, Cal is two, and then everybody else they're gonna have to split. Just how it's gonna be. He could be the wide receiver too, but Kyle Pitts gonna be the number two target.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, they should be the 1-2 punch. Everything after that can fall where it lies, you know? Because I think Zach Branch by the end of the year, he may be the third guy in targets. He may not start out that way, but I think he could be. You know, he can have some Dotson in there. I feel like Alamade's a key is I feel like he's gonna have timely catches, you know, so being that
Right.
old vet, he's gonna have a lot of timely catches, you know,
Third down. Yeah. Yeah.
third down, moving the chain,
Absolutely.
maybe even a clutch touchdown. Everybody forgets about him. You know, some type touchdowns. I can see it. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it'll be
What was I
interesting.
spot on about? Troy
Uh,
Anderson. If so, if you talking about Troy Anderson, yeah, I kind of figured it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what he's talking about. But um, do you guys think the Falcons going to play more man zones? How the defense look right now? Uh, with Billy Bowman out, I think that hurt that. But if you see a lot of three safety sets, it's going to be probably more zone than anything. But it really depends on what team you playing, what the down it is, just simple things like that. But you're probably going to see more zone. And I hated it when Raheem ran it because he ran the prevent defense in the wrong times.
Prevent don't stop nobody. But anyway, I said, did y'all see the cap hits for Bajan? I think they just released it on Spot Track. Yeah, yeah, we saw it, man. I believe I think that RJ had put that in the chat, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And it just and it's another genius type move. That's what we was talking about, man. The way that
Yeah,
they
don't start for 2 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't start for 2 years. So you're still gonna have this deal. The rest of his contract right now is basically like a almost like another 5 years. So it's a wonderful way how they did that contract, and it doesn't even start until 2028.
Facts.
And then we have him all the way through the 2030 season. So 2031 will be the
5 years.
time Brian Robinson will be a free agent if we decide to let that happen.
And he'll
So
still only be 29 years old.
ain't that something?
He still got one more contract.
Yeah,
Think
and
about it. Cause Derrick Henry's what 32, 33 now, and he's
hmm
looking like he can go another 2, 3 years, but he probably won't. But he can look like he can go another 2, 3 years. Who knows?
yeah,
I don't think Dotson on borrowed time because
no,
he
not
just he doesn't have a lot of tread on his tires.
Well, hold on, Smitty. I think I know where Kendrick's going with that because Dotson is kind of considered like a throwaway player. You can kind of just throw him away and whatnot.
Okay.
But I still remember what he did in Washington. And I know he was there with Terry McLaurin. And then I know he went to Philly, but he really wasn't going to get the targets out there in Philly. I thought that was a bad trade anyway, because I already see it's going to go to AJ and it's going to go to Smith, and then you still had with Dallas Gabbert in there too. So it just wasn't a lot for Dotson. But this time, you have Drake, yeah, you have Kyle, and now you have Zachariah Branch. But I think Dotson can still find his way because he's the veteran, and they're not going to necessarily just forget about the vet, so just because we got the shiny new toy in ZB. You know, I
Yeah, I
really
want I want to still see what Vinny Anthony has though.
that's
He's my
another
sleeper. He's a sleeper to make the team. He's my sleeper to make the 53-man roster. Because one, he's a special teams guy, and he's a really good route runner. He doesn't have top end speed, but he knows how to find holes in his zone like any wide receiver should. But I A1 broke it down, so yeah, I get that point. I get that point.
yeah,
J
yeah.
Dub, what's going on, man?
What's happening, family? How
Yeah,
you
man, we
doing?
reached another
Oh,
hour, man.
oh,
That quick.
oh, real quick
Go ahead.
before we get out of here.
You got it. Go ahead.
We didn't even really like speak about these guys, but we put Jalen Walker on IR, but we did bring in Kendron Smith, and
Okay.
he
You got it. Go
now
ahead.
he's been bouncing around the league. I will admit he entered an undrafted free agency, um, played for the Dolphins, spent some time in Washington, Denver Broncos on the practice squad, but Denver was the team that really even gave him an opportunity. Then he went to the Jets. The Jets let him play on the back end, and he put out some really good tape on the last 3 games of the season. He even started once at safety in those 3 games, and in just 3 games, he had 15 tackles. So I say like it's for like you have this is just one game. He had 15 tackles in the performance. My bad. So it's like, what in the world? That right there is tape that you can take and just be like, hey, this guy can possibly have something. He's 6'2", 210, and it's like kind of that prototypical size for the safety, whatnot. Could bolster the special teams because that's what he does as well. Same thing can be said about the wide receiver that we brought in just by cutting Troy Andersen, and that is Christian Wilkerson. Now I know Smitty was like, "Who in the heck is that?" I was like, "I was like, well, he's another guy that's like a special teams guy. 6'1", 214, showing some speed, has a knack for the end zone. 9 career NFL games to where he caught 6 passes for 60 yards and 3 touchdowns. So more so like a speed guy. He's been around the Titans, Patriots, Colts, Raiders, and Bills. So again, these are some journeyman guys, more so like special teams guys, camp bodies, if you will. But we'll see if the 81 of these guys can probably like crack the 53. Long shot, but if I had to go with either one, it may be Smith just because of the tape that he put up at the end, and I feel like that intrigued the front office because immediately when he got dropped by the Jets, the Falcons went and picked him up. So think about that.
Yeah, and he played for Ulbrich in New York, so Ulbrich knows his skill set. Um, one more thing. We didn't talk about two more corners. I think you talked about one, but C.J. Henderson is another one to look out for. He played pretty decent last year, and he could possibly land on the practice squad. But depending on how the preseason plays out, he could probably slide into the 53 man. He can also play in the slot or outside. So just keep that in mind. I mean, they got a plan. Just got to stick to it.
Indeed. Indeed.
But anything else before we get out of here?
That's all I got for you right now, man. But I'm pretty sure something else gonna come up. Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant's gonna make the 53. I
Yeah,
think
he'll be
Kobe
on there.
Bryant's gonna make the 53. I really do.
Absolutely. They're a little short at corner. I mean, they don't talk about it, but I mean, if you look at the corners that they pretty much got the same corners they had last year. So if that's the case, then yeah, he'll be there.
Hmm.
Appreciate you, Ron. Ron said y'all are batting 400 and slugging 500. I'm enjoying getting the
Hey,
info.
I appreciate
Appreciate you, my guy.
that, man.
Appreciate you. I told you I got to talk to Ron last Saturday, man. We had a pretty good time at the meet and greet.
Yes, man. Wonderful times, man. I love those fellowships, man. Real Falcon faithful right there, man. Love to do it.
Yeah, I hope they put up another meet and greet soon. I think they're gonna have one the second preseason
I
game.
about to say, I think the second preseason game is something coming up, and then I know Miles and the Water Boys they clicking up for something too. I think after the first preseason game, I know we working on something too. Not necessarily an outing, but we're working on something as well behind the scenes. So y'all just stay tuned. I know we got a couple of things already lined up, but
Yeah, make sure y'all come out and chat with us, man. We had a blast.
that's it.
Ron was there. Tomorrow, all the Falcon fans, April showers. So yeah, I mean, we had a good time, man. We had a real good time. Shout out to Solomon Washington, man. I got to talk to Solomon the whole time I was there. Getting
Yeah,
on the shuttle bus all the way back to the parking lot.
yeah, man.
Man, we talked to Solomon the whole day. A whole day. So shout out to Solomon, man.
No, dude.
GA Texas boy, what's good, my guy? Y'all go check out GA Texas boy on YouTube, man. He doing his thing, doing his thing, and
Oh,
we
Furball,
working.
what's going on?
Furball, what's good, my guy? He said, my question is why don't we get another quarterback? Why does it have to be two? One, experience. Two, what the other near Chris?
Whoa, the price tag 1.3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it
Yeah,
right there. Now, my thing is, if you had Joe Burrow and all them folks like that were willing to take 1.3, oh, we would have took one of those guys, of course.
facts.
Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. 10 million, I would have took Burrow.
But
What?
Burrow got a six. Burrow got a six in front of his 1.3.
That's
So
the problem, right? That right there. That's the problem.
uh
61.3. You know?
right. Melvin said he liked Malik Rutherford as a special team. I see him out there the other day. He looked pretty solid on special team. He was getting down there. Let us pray, man. Y'all go check out Let Us Pray on YouTube, man. I checked into one of his lives last week. We talked some football, and he was giving his thoughts on the B. Jones contract and all of that, man. Well, it was earlier this week, actually. So shout out to him, man. He always have live streams. He do them at the flash. He stay on about 20, 30 minutes, get his words out, and he move with the quickness. But shout out to him too, man. He's also an educator, and we got to show the educators some love, man. We got you. Because I'm telling y'all, teachers should be paid like lawyers and doctors. Just my opinion. So yeah, shout out, Let Us Pray, man. Go show him some love. But he said, I'm looking forward to see our guys in preseason. God bless y'all. Have a blessed weekend. What did y'all think of Haynes King last night? I absolutely loved it. Because
Who?
if y'all saw my draft profile, I said the Falcons should have took a chance on that guy. But you know what? Carolina was thinking. They knew if he slipped past where they drafted him, he was going to be going off the board soon after. He wasn't going to make it to the seventh round. He wasn't. I think he got drafted in the fifth round, fourth or the fifth.
Yeah, something like it was something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
wasn't going to make it to the sixth round. He wasn't. And you look at Carson Beck. What was that Carson Beck in Georgia? And see, that's why I tell y'all, coaching is everything. And I love my Bulldogs, but Mike Bobo is not my guy. Just being real with you. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
There you go with the Bobo.
I'm just saying. First of all, I appreciate the donation, my brother. He said, why don't we get another bridge? I don't think Tua could be the answer. If it was the case, we should have kept Kirk Cousins. If they're a bridge where we can get, I don't want Tua or Penix to play. This team is too talented. Kirk Cousins wasn't coming back anyway. Remember, he tried to get out last year, but they would not let him go. Now he's got to start. He's going to start for the Raiders this year. And it's kind of dumb, in my opinion, to draft the quarterback number one overall and let him sit. And it's the same thing Atlanta tried to do. How did that work out? So, Las Vegas fans, I'm going to pray for y'all. That's all I'm going to say.
Good luck.
That's all I'm going to say. Melvin said he going to New Orleans with the Water Boys. Hey, hope y'all enjoy it, man. Kendrick, I agree.
Enjoy yourself.
If Haynes King can show anything in preseason, I think by the middle of the season you can see a quarterback change. Because you got to think Bryce Young is on his fifth-year deal, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see them. He's on He's on the fourth or fifth year, and I don't see them picking up his fifth-year option if they haven't. I just don't. Except when he played the Falcons, he looked like Joe Montana. That's another story.
We are the only team keeping this man in the league, man. God.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that man only lost one time to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Just
Carson Beck.
And we play him 2 times a year.
Yeah. I think that last game he had like 500 yards, didn't he? Damn near.
Man, he had so many yards he could stand on them. Let's just say that.
and he still couldn't reach the top shelf.
And that's something. Boy,
I
boy,
ain't
boy,
messing
boy.
with you. I ain't messing with you.
I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing.
I ain't messing with you at all. I ain't messing with you. I'm
Bro,
asking, is there a bridge we can get? Why did we all a bridge to get to it? I mean, it was the price offer, ball. I mean, you couldn't
yeah,
beat it.
definitely the price. It's definitely the
I mean,
price, and for who was available. There was really nobody out there that was a free agent that was like gonna be a free agent to really snatch, unless you're thinking about somebody like maybe Flacco,
I'm gonna
Jacoby
tell you
Brissett
what. I'm gonna tell you who I wanted.
on the contract.
I'm gonna tell you who I wanted, and you might laugh, but I don't care.
Jameis Winston.
Yep, you know it.
This motherfucker. Oh God, you know
I'm
what?
just saying, man.
You
I
want
I
30
mean,
for 30.
I wouldn't
He
have had no problem with it.
would at
I
least would
wouldn't
have
have
made
had no. I wouldn't have no problem with it. Why? He's not scared to make. He's not scared to sling the football. And with the weapon that we have, and we in the red zone, he gonna speak up. Something that, no disrespect to Matt Ryan, something I feel like he didn't do enough. But Jameis gonna, if he sees something, he gonna tell you. And that's what I like about he speak his mind. And I wouldn't have had no problem with it. And it probably would have been about the same amount as probably who was the backup last year, other than Penix?
um
Was it Heineken?
no, Heineke was gone. It was pull up with the stick.
Oh yeah,
Throw
yeah,
a
yeah. Well,
stick. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
he would have been a little bit more than that. I think James would have been about 5 to 6 million, 5 million at the most. I would have stuck that one out. And don't get me wrong, who knows? Well, no, I already said it. I'm sticking to it. If things don't work out with those two guys, Jack Strand will be at the end of the year. I'm sticking to that. But yeah, I would have took Winston. I would have. I mean, a lot of y'all might not agree with it, but he slings the football. That year he went 30 for 30. He threw for well over 5,000 yards that year. Think about that.
Mm-hmm. Heck nah, Mr.
Yeah,
Crab.
let us pray. I'm saying, man,
Man,
I've always felt that way because
dang.
I'm telling you, and I put this on everything. One of my high school teachers, I still talk to her to this day,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
she's
I
just
ain't
like another grandmama to me.
that.
And I'm telling you, her mind's still fresh because she told me when I saw her the last time, I can't believe you on the TV doing that, and I used to stop you in the hallway and slap you on your head and make you go to class.
Nah.
She
Hey,
sharp.
man. I love it, bro. I love it. Yeah,
And y'all
man.
want to hear crazy another part to that? She was actually my mom's teacher as well.
Oh wow. That's crazy right there. She been teaching for a long time,
Shout out.
boy.
Now she's not teaching anymore. She retired. But I'm
Okay.
saying I still talk to her. But shout out to Miss Wilder, man. Douglas High School in Atlanta, Georgia,
Salute.
man. One of my favorite teachers ever. He said
Salute.
Easter stick with booty.
Yeah, man. Pull up with the stick.
Throw a pick. I tried to tell y'all.
Yeah, man.
See, somebody agree with me.
Hey, yeah,
Winston.
him. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. But I thought, but my thing is, was he a free agent or was he still on the contract with the Giants?
He re-signed with the Giants. I
Oh,
think
okay.
he I think he wanted to be there.
Heck yeah, he
But
did.
yeah,
Harbaugh,
I mean, it's a big city, and then he does stuff off the football field, like TV shows and things like that. So that was the perfect spot for him
big
because a lot
market.
of the studios right there.
Yep,
So
big
yeah,
market.
I see it.
And
Run
like I
said,
said, coach.
go ahead.
And that's it. And new
Yeah,
coach. Like, Harbaugh
yeah,
there.
yeah. That boy, he. Oof.
That'll make you resign. I mean, it will.
And I hate to say it, but he gonna get some playing times. I don't see Jackson Dart working out. His ego, man, his ego gonna get the best of him. I just see it. Same with the guy down in Tampa. His ego may get the best of him eventually. But that's another story for another day. Ron
Mm,
Casey, I can see Kurt balling out with the Raiders if he's reasonably healthy. He's a smart quarterback, smart enough to make up the talent that he's lost due to age. That's absolutely true. And they have a new head coach that I think is a great offensive mind. So yeah, you might be right, Ron. I mean, that may be the perfect spot for him, and maybe that's why he wanted to go there. And then, unlike Penix, he may help that young quarterback. They didn't. I mean, they didn't lie to him. They was up front with him. So I mean, they kept their word. So Hey, it happens. But
Hmm.
another great show, man. Another great show. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Like Smitty just said, another great show. And we didn't expect to go this long, but sometimes the
Hey, it
conversation
happens.
just keep going, and you already know we love conversating with each and every one of you guys. And hey man, so A1 Forever Sports platform on YouTube. Come over, like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the A1 family. Always want you over there. Same for the Hawks Digest and the Falcons Digest. And also make sure you guys find your peace today. It's almost nearly 8 o'clock p.m. So positive energy always creates elevation. That's how you find your peace. Catch me on Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok.
Facts. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all catch them on Hawk Digest because basketball will be back before you know it.
It
First
will.
of all, asked me to read this last comment. He said teams are obviously going to key on Bijan. Whole defense plan to stop number 7. That's true.
Hmm.
So I hope Tommy Reese mix things up. Need pitch to really be key for us. And he absolutely true. How long have I been saying that, A1? A
Facts.
long time.
Yep, long
Cal
time.
needs to be, and to me, he needs to be the number one target. He's the biggest mismatch on the field, other than Bijan. So yeah, he's got to be a big part of this offense.
It's gonna be
Absolutely.
interesting. Interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, man, another great show. Like I said, man, y'all know to catch me, Smitty Sports Machine, on TikTok, YouTube, Antoine Smitty Smith on Facebook and Instagram, Antoine AN the number 2WON. And like Chris said, man, y'all find y'all peace. Miss Stephanie, what's good? Please go back and check the replay. Um, please find me on on all those social media websites because hey man, I'm always somewhere and somewhere. Trust me. But again, man, another great show, and we don't know when we're gonna come back on. We just play it by ear now. So if some news break, just expect to see us. That's all I gotta say. Ryan K, appreciate you, my brother. But yeah, we're gonna scoot on out of here, man. Oh, and one more thing, we working behind the scene to bring y'all some great preview shows this year, like we always do every year. We're working behind the scene to make those preview shows, take them to the next level. Try to take them to the next level. So y'all can see some legends on here, or y'all can see some up and coming podcasters, writers, journalists, anybody. So I mean, it's a long season, so y'all stay tuned for my boy. What your name is again?
Chris
My boy
Tipmore.
A1 Forever. My boy A1 Forever. Chris Tipmore. He go about all of that. But we're gonna
Hmm.
roll on out here, man. Like he say, what you say? See, it's been a long
Uh-oh.
day.
Uh-oh. What you
Find
what
your
you talking
peace.
about, man?
You
Find
find your peace today, and like I tell y'all, keep God first. When you keep God first, anything is possible. But we gonna
absolutely.
roll on up out of here, man. Before I forget something else, and we gonna end this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.